Hello everybody. Today we're gonna start our tripod cup. So the tools we need printing paper, we need some thicker plants for the textures, maybe pine cones, or if you have lace at home, yeah, that would be good. Seashells. Okay, so I'm gonna go there in a minute. So we need cutting tools. We're gonna cut our soft slab. We need something. If you don't have dowels, then you get some notebooks. It should be like 1 inch thick rolling pin, and obviously we're gonna need the clay. So let's fold that printing paper in 3 parts, okay, like this. All right, fold it. And then we're gonna use just this area, 2/3 of the paper for the size of our cup. Okay, so next I'm gonna start wedging the clay. Go ahead and cut piece of clay from your bag. I'm gonna do this one. All right, so maybe you need, like, this is like 1 inch, like 1 inch. If you cut 1 inch from your bag, that's going to be too much, because the cup we decided to do it should be smaller. So I'm going to remove this and keep in a plastic bag for the future assignments. Now I'm going to start wedging. I'm wedging like this. Remember, we watched the video. We're wedging our slab in order to remove all air bubbles, and then we're gonna have to roll and make soft clay slab. So just bang a little bit before you start rolling. Bigger rolling pin is just fine. Try to find one that is a little bit bigger than this, and keep turning this around. You don't want the clay to stick to your canvas, and don't forget to cover your table with canvas or some other fabric. So basically we need to make this piece of clay a little bit bigger than this paper, okay? And then we need the same thickness. All right, so if you have dowels, like 1/2 inch dowels, just go ahead and go get those. If you don't have anything, then just get 2 notebooks. All right, so, and we need a bigger rolling pin, because I didn't get the bigger rolling pin, but you should get it, because that's how we're gonna get the same thickness of the slab. Okay, so I see, you can see this one is much more thicker than this. So I keep rolling, keep squeezing, and then when the rolling pin hits the notebook or a dowel, if you have, it stops squeezing the clay. So it should be bigger than this piece of paper. And yeah, just if you see air bubbles like I see here, air bubbles, get a needle tool and poke through. You don't need any air bubbles. And then I'm measuring the thickness of the slab by using these 2 papers on the side, like cardboard papers, to stack in this pile. But you guys, if you have dowels, that's fine. See, it's still too small. I have to squeeze a little bit more. And this project should be done in one session because it's soft clay cup, soft clay tripod cup. Keep squeezing. If it takes longer time, that's fine. But it should be done in one session. This should be bigger. Okay, now let's see if it's still too small. So keep turning this and now it's perfect. It's not too hot outside. And this one, just to make sure that it's the same thickness, these papers. So now I have almost, okay, just tiny bit. Okay, so now it's okay. Yeah, it's good. Okay, now I'm gonna get needle tool and I'm gonna cut around this paper like this. You can use the ruler while cutting, it's better. Okay, so cut and save these little pieces for the future. Save them in a plastic bag. Okay, so I have a shape for my cup here, and then see, like it's half of the inch. So this part, the top, I need to remove a little bit of the clay from the top because that's going to be the top of the cup, and it's nicer to have a thinner piece of the cup next to your mouth. Okay, so that's going to be the top. Cut, use 45-degree angle. All right, so this is that's going to be inside of the cup. This is going to be outside of the cup. So I'm going to add textures, and like I said, you can use the lace, or you can use the textures you got. So I got these stamps, I could use it. I don't want to use anything I purchased. I want my work to be really unique. Oh, I forgot one more thing, guys. You have to cut. These are we're gonna join the cup by using these two sides. So you have to cut this side in 45-degree angle like this, and then the other side you flip it, and then you cut the other side like this, 45-degree angle. That's going to be the joint. So now I'm going to flip it back to this area, and then make sure your table is really good, even, not like mine. But now I'm going to place my found objects. Like thin leaves would not work, but I have cypress leaves, and then I'm going to make design, or you can find something else. But like regular leaves from the trees are too thin unless you have some different type of leaves. Okay, so I'm making my design, and like I said, if you have lace, you can do lace. See, this one would work. I'm gonna place somewhere this. You can use pine cone, pine cone or seashells to make gentle, just gently make textures. Do not press too hard because you can make a holes in the clay. So now I'm gonna just gently roll it with a rolling pin. Just make your own design, okay? Textures are really nice. Okay, so and then remove it gently. Don't worry about the leftover pieces of the your plants or something, because just leave it. It's not gonna sustain 1400 temperature when we firing. Okay, so now I have texture, and then I have to join these sides. So I'm gonna roll gently. I'm gonna put this down, and remember, this is bottom and this is the top. The top is where I cut it, where I made it 45-degree angle. So I have to join these parts. So be very carefully, do some quick scoring here. Even the clay is really soft. Just do quick scoring here, and maybe some slip on these sides. And then gently you press this, and that's gonna be the seam. Don't worry too much. Don't press too hard. Just gently, just put this up, and then try to work from inside and from outside. Gently pressing. Not too much. We don't want to leave the fingerprints in there. When it's dry, we can clean a little bit more. But at this here, that's how it looks inside. So it's really soft. You have to be careful and make good job in rolling. Make sure it's a 1.5 inch thick. Okay, now this is the top, and I'm gonna put the top down there, and I'm gonna try to make a tripod out of the bottom. So I'm gonna put the seam next to me, and I'm gonna try to squeeze gently and make the tripod here. Okay, like this, squeezing, make sure all parts are equal. And then we're gonna have opening here. Don't worry about this right now. So I'm squeezing, and then when it's leather hard, you can clean a little bit more, but not now. Squeezing, and here's the opening. Okay, so here's the cup. We're gonna work more on here. When it's dry, we're gonna do the maybe use the sponge when it's dry, and maybe just clean with a wooden rib a little bit. Now we have to cover this opening for now. So I'm gonna make a little pancake out of the clay, and then for this covering, okay, and then I want the same texture. For that, I'm gonna press the texture, and then I'll measure. I think that's fine. Now I'm gonna score here. And I'm gonna slip. And then maybe do the same here on the sides. And I'm gonna gently press in this cover for the hole. And then, like I said, do not touch too much. You don't want to destroy your texture. So now, as you can see inside, we have these gaps. I don't know if you can see it. The like gaps in there. So we have to fill in these gaps, because when you, even if we are glazing, it's going to be visible. It's not going to be possible to clean it. So I'm gonna make 3 little coils, and then maybe some little something for the triangle inside. Okay, so I'm making 3 little coils like this, and little clay ball for clay ball for inside. Okay, so I'm gonna just add a slip on this, and on all of them, and then I'm gonna plug it in somehow, really carefully, these openings. And the same here, and then here. And then for the center too, maybe score a little bit, if you can see it or no. So here, can you see it? So I plugged it in all these openings, and then I'm gonna use my wooden modeling tool to blend in really carefully. I'm holding to the sides of the cup, and then I'm gonna blend in, and then you have to just leave this cup alone before you add some final touches. When it's leather hard, you can just clean a little bit inside, but I think that's good enough. And then from this side looks really nice. Don't press too much. You put your name somewhere here. And here you go. This is the cup. This is the cup. Okay, and then you can work more on the rim when it's leather hard, and don't worry about these little leftover plant pieces. This one, the seam, also you can work a little bit when it's leather hard, but not too much. We don't want to destroy the textures. You can work later on this and on a rim. And thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye.